Hi everyone, my name is Gina, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about my story and my story with asthma and how I've controlled it. And I have Dr. Wu to thank for that, along with my friend Sarah. So 3 years ago on Christmas Eve, I started not feeling good. I got bronchitis easily 2-3 times a year since I was a kid. And I knew that that's what this was going to turn into. And every cough or every cold that I get or illness that I get always starts in my chest with a cough. And this one started just like that. So I gave it a few days, went to the doctor, and went to a walk-in clinic and told him what I wanted, what I needed. I wanted an inhaler. I wanted, a Z-Pack. That usually was what kind of kicked the bronchitis. So I did that, and it didn't go away. So I went back again, and they gave me another antibiotic. I don't remember exactly which one it was. And that didn't do anything. So for a week and a half straight, I'd say, straight coughing. Just this dry, barky cough. And got into my primary at this time, told me I had bronchitis, and gave me a cough syrup. Didn't do anything. I was back and forth to the doctor at least for 4 weeks, continuously coughing. I'm on the couch, trying to sleep on the couch, elevated, nothing's working. Ended up at the ER, did a chest x-ray, everything came back fine. You have bronchitis, you have chronic bronchitis. And I kept telling everybody, I'm not exhaling, I'm not getting any air out. So everybody's, you have bronchitis. I'm like, okay. So 5-6 weeks into this, I'm back and forth to my primary at the time. I was on 3 or 4 different medications. I did 2 rounds of steroids. I went through 4 inhalers. Still just horrible cough. And then everything was so raw, I actually started coughing up a small amount of blood on a Sunday morning. Called my doctor that Monday. He was on vacation, so I saw the covering physician, the PA, and I thought for sure that I was going to the hospital by this point. I was 7 weeks in to doing nothing but coughing. Actually tore cartilage in my abdomen, and not diagnosed, but was very confident that I broke a rib in my, under my arm and my side from doing that forceful cough. And so the physician assistant actually did a breathing test on me. First time in 7 weeks, breathing test. It was I believe it was a nitric oxide test. Normal is 20% nitrogen in your system, in your blood. I was at 78%. And she's like, you're having an asthma attack, which I asked about that early on through this whole process. So she started me on a steroid inhaler, and that immediately calmed everything down. For the first time in 7.5 weeks, I was actually able to sleep. Started on a new journey, so I actually saw a new doctor, and I went through the methacholine test, which is an actual true diagnosis of asthma. So that came back positive. So we figured that it was like a cold trigger, like a cold air trigger. That's usually what would bring it out and bring it on. So fast forward 3 years, I'm on this daily steroid inhaler. My other just regular albuterol inhaler was, as needed. Had it pretty much controlled except for the wintertime. Wintertime, I had to cover my face. I had to put a scarf over my mouth. I couldn't breathe in that cold air, because if I did, it was, my voice changed, immediately coughing, wheezing. And I was really kept getting sick and like different continuous colds, like always getting a cold. And then a couple other like health issues occurred, and I saw my friend Sarah, who she posted on Facebook saying that she did this class with Dr. Ming Wu. She did the Twina class and she needed hours. So I was like, oh, I'm very intrigued. What is this? I have no idea. So I started seeing her, and she said my lungs were very tight, very tight. So we did a lot of work. She did a lot of work on my lungs. And so I actually went to see Dr. Wu for like another consult. She wanted to see how she was doing and, how her training was going. And he immediately told me no dairy. I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that. Immediately stopped dairy, November 7th of this year, of 2019. Stopped to Stop and Shop on my way home and went to the natural food section and got what I could that was dairy free. Came home, threw away all the butter, threw away all the cheese. I was a gallon a week milk girl and cereal. Loved it. Threw it away. Gone. Told my husband, we're done with dairy. He's like, okay, if it helps, great. So I quit dairy. And now 7 months later, my pulmonologist has discharged me. I no longer have asthma, but what it comes down to is that I've tried to reintroduce a little bit of dairy here and there. And I actually figured out that I have a severe allergic reaction to dairy. I had, through the 3 times that it's happened since November, I have go into a full-blown asthma attack. I get very hot. I get a migraine. And it takes about 2 days for it to really go away and calm down in my lungs. So without Dr. Wu telling me to quit dairy, I would still be on this track of inhalers and steroids, not being able to really go outside in the wintertime. This winter, it was perfect. I actually went outside on purpose to inhale the morning air to see if it would trigger, and it didn't. So when it comes to like my pulmonologist, actually, whenever he told me my lung capacity is actually 7% higher than normal. And I actually asked him, I said, well, why, or not why, but do you discharge people? And he said, not very often. So finding the root cause has totally changed my life. And the fact that I'm not on any medications. I do have my inhaler just in case I do have an allergic reaction, but I'm not taking it anymore. And thankfully with Twina and my friend Sarah and Dr. Wu, I would still be on the track of medication. So I'm very thankful. And with all of that, I dove into this. I wanted to know more. I wanted to know more about Chinese medicine. I want to know how I can help people. I am an EMT with my town currently. I'm a volunteer. I love helping people. And if this is a way that I can help others, I'm all in. And it has totally changed my life. So thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Dr. Wu, for starting me on this journey and giving me the boost to really feel better. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.